Hi, it's Holly here. Today I am sharing with you a beginner's project on the xTool M1. So I've only had this for a couple of days. I've been playing around and doing a few different projects. So far I've done a bit of engraving and vinyl cutting, but I haven't actually done any laser cutting. So it's time to try out the main feature of this machine. So I have here this wooden blank that is from Kmart in Australia. So we're using this for a sign. And I have the 3mm plywood. I'm not sure which particular kind this is. This is from the xTool materials pack. So I'm going to use this to cut out some words to go on this sign, and I'm going to make a gift for my niece's first birthday on the weekend. Let's get to it. In Canva at the moment, which is a free design software, and I am creating a rough draft of essentially what I want my sign to look like. So this is what I expect it to look like when it's finished, but not all of this will be cut. So I have actually separated this into 3 different files. So these are the sections that I want cut. So these words will be the ones that the machine will actually laser cut for me. Download this as a PNG with a transparent background. And then for this one, and then download that one also with a transparent background. Okay, so I have opened up the xTool creator space. So it's scanning what I've placed inside here, which is my wooden circle. I actually disconnected the device just so it's not going to make a lot of noise. This one. So open the other image too, just so that I can make sure it's placed in the right place. Just so that I know that it's going to look good on that sign, and if I need to resize it at all. Okay, I think that looks good. So now I can set it up ready to cut. So now I can auto measure the material that I have in there to make sure that it is accurate, because while it says 3mm, they're not always. As you can see, 4.3 is actually how thick this piece of wood is. The only issue is, because the way I've done my file, they're now going to be all over this piece of wood rather than maximizing the use of wood. So what you could do instead is set yours up so that they will cut all in one section and leave you with lots of wood left over. So that is a beginner error from me. All right, because I'm a little bit stingy, I decided to go through and make new files for those, just so that I can get the best use out of my wood. So going in here and unzipping those files. So it's only input one at a time. I'm actually going to put the triangular prisms in there. I've now elevated that piece of wood. Outline 0. Now I need to delete that, leave the outline. So framing completed. Oh, I need to fix this up. So yes, it is raised. Oh, and that just moved things a little bit. So I need to adjust that again. All right. So redo the framing. Start. So once you press start, you need to press start on your machine. So just make sure that my coil is set up. Okay, so I've actually made an error because I used 3 files. Clearly it got confused and thought I only wanted to cut one of those files, so it's cut one and grade the other 2. So I am going to have to run the other 2 again. Whoops. What I'm actually going to do is combine this section. Cut, and I'm going to attempt to run it back over the top of what I've already done. So as you can see, it's only got those two now, so fingers crossed I can run the cut over the engraved lines. So this could be a disaster, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so because I didn't move anything inside the machine, it does appear to be cutting right on those engraved lines, so this could work out fine. And I'm not too worried if they look a little bit more burnt in places, because I will be painting them. So fingers crossed this works. Right, so to cut those two, it took just under 7 minutes, so not too bad, a few minutes each. And it looks like it's cut perfectly over those engraved lines, so my mistake has been fixed. Now I ended up opening the window right up, because even though it was ventilating out that window, that smell was starting to give me a bit of a headache. So obviously if you have a window that opens completely and you can stick the tube right out the window, that's better, but I don't have that luxury here. All right, let's have a look at the, it's like this. So let's pop these other ones out. This one's a little bit trickier. Little extra bit of fiber there, but that's not a big deal. So last one. Oh, okay, so this one actually hasn't cut all the way through properly. Oh, that's a bummer. So I might have to run a little Winnie the Pooh onto here. I'm actually going to flip that one. And just resize him a bit, just to see how that will look. So that's super cute. So I'm going to get rid of everything else on here. Make Pooh a little bit bigger. Now connected. All right, new project, which is because it's a Winnie the Pooh themed birthday party, and I have never done anything like this before, so bear with me. So I'm going to make sure engrave, select, and I'm going to trace the image. Save that. Alright, so now I can get rid of the original image, and I've got my traced version here for engraving. Okay, 70%, which is what it's on. Pass 1, speed 175. Yep, perfect. Alright, let's give this a go. Alright, so now I'm adding an outline, and I'm going to actually cut around it this time. Right, that's what I want, is to just cut around the outside now. Yep, so that's just giving me the outline, so that way it can cut out my shape. So that only took just over 1 minute to cut that entire design. So let's see how it turned out. Oh, it's so cute. Look how cute that is. That is an adorable little Winnie the Pooh. So that is going to look so cute on the sign. Now I am going to actually set up my sign and do my engraving. Alright, so I've got my wood in here. Now I just want to get an idea on how this is all going to look. So I'm going to put my file in. I'm also going to put these in here just to get a bit of an idea, make sure they're in the right spaces. All right, that looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with that. All right, I'm going to call it a wood coaster, which it's not, but that's probably the closest I could think of here. Start. Hopefully this works out because I do not have a spare. Okay, it is done, and it took about 13 minutes to engrave all of this sign. So I'm just going to lay it all out just to show you how it looks if you leave it exactly as it is without painting anything. So that is how it looks, and it's actually really cute just like that if you did want it just to be like nice and subtle and neutral sort of colors. But what I'm going to do is actually paint these words. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of color to the words just to make it pop a little bit more. So I've chosen these two colors, which I think will look really pretty, and I'm just going to paint those ones now. So as I mentioned, this sign is actually for my great niece's first birthday. So gosh, that sounds old when you say great niece. I feel like I'm 1,000 years old. Not quite. But it is a Winnie the Pooh themed party. Okay, let's glue everything on. Okay, so here is my finished sign. I love this. It turned out so cute, and I cannot wait to give that to my niece for her birthday. Not that she's going to really notice it, but her parents, I'm sure, are going to love it. And I love the fact that she's going to have this nice inspirational little quote in her room as she grows up. And yeah, it just turned out so much better than I thought it would, and I'm really excited about it. So as you can see, there's the engraved parts, there's the laser cut parts, and this super cute little Winnie the Pooh that was both laser and engraved. And I've just added a little bit of paint, give it a little bit of a pop, and yeah, it turned out great. So I hope you have enjoyed that tutorial. This was my very first laser cutting experience, so you know, you got to see my trial and errors along the way, but overall I think that this is a really exciting opportunity to be able to make so many gifts like this, and you know, other types of laser engraved gifts. So I hope you have enjoyed that, and if you do want to see more tutorials like this as I do get better and better at the M1, make sure you do subscribe and follow along. Bye everyone.